Hey YouTube, Aiden/Just Aiden here with a cool oddity that I'm holding on to for a friend. Just a quick video about German trombones, which are much, not completely different than American style trombones, but pretty different as it goes. This is a Kruspe, K-R-U-S-P-E, tenor trombone. I don't know the date of manufacture, but kind of the idea behind the German trombone has remained very similar for kind of a long time. First thing you notice is there's no tuning slide at all back here. So the savvy among you are probably like, oh, it's got slide tuning. No, it doesn't. It has no tuning whatsoever. It all happens here. I haven't actually gotten out a tuner to see where this lies, so maybe I'm ultra sharp, maybe I'm flat. I assume the horn is just built probably a little bit short because usually the European orchestras tune kind of high. So maybe this isn't tuned at 444 or something like that. But yeah, no tuning at all. It has a Kranz or a bell ring. You can see like this extra thing that's all over the end of the bell. That's typical on German trombones. I have one on my Contra as well. You can see the ferrules have like this stuff on them. That's pretty common on German trombones. There's actual snakes, and they look like snakes, but they actually have like little eyes and mouths, and they have the scales and everything, and that's on both ends of the instrument. The slide has it too. And that's a common thing on German trombones, to have snakes. I think it's super neat actually, and that's still a thing that happens today. You can get snakes on your tine, your brand new tine. And I think this water key is probably a replacement. Usually these have a long water key that you can activate up here with your thumb that empties it for you, I guess. As far as I can tell, this has no lead pipe. It just has a receiver-sized receiver, and then it just is open all the way through. The bell section is very short compared to the rest, and the slide is very long. Long slide, short bell means there's different intonation tendencies. Maybe you guys saw me kicking out D above the staff a little bit. F in the staff is maybe a little bit flat, so that stuff is all a little bit different. These also have, typically, I'm not sure about this one, they usually have like a smaller dual bore, so maybe like 515, 547 or something like that, and then a much larger flare and then a larger bell. So this might even be a 9.5 inch bell or a 9 inch, I really can't tell, but on a tenor trombone. So a very different design than what we'd expect on a much more cylindrical American trombone that starts out kind of larger and ends smaller. These start smaller and end larger. And therefore they play with a very different kind of mouthpiece than an American trombone does. I'm using a Bach 6.5A, which is probably still just kind of like the wrong shape, maybe has too large of a throat, I'm not really sure. And it plays pretty well with this, but with anything larger it'll just get very woofy and unfocused. So yeah, really cool trombone. Something odd that I'm not sure is supposed to be there is that this brace across the slide tubes is actually not soldered on this side, and so it moves. I'm seriously not sure if that's supposed to be the way it's built. This is an older horn, you can tell because it has soldered on stockings. It's kind of hard to see there, but these stockings are a separate piece from the slide tubes. And I'm not sure, they're definitely not chrome plated slide tubes, they might just be nickel plated or something. The slide's not super awesome, but it's actually really not bad considering the age of this instrument and the construction. It's friction fit, so there's no lock ring. There we go. Which doesn't really matter because the bell is very light. It's not going to flop over or anything. The ergonomics are horrendous. There's no way to reach this brace and like put your thumb back here, so you're just holding the whole thing up with just your 3 fingers. And the horn is super, super duper duper front heavy because the slide is rather heavy. I mean, it's very long, has the snakes on the end, and there's nothing back here. It's just tubes. There's no tuning slide tubes, there's no counterweight, there's no F attachment. So the horn is just ridiculously front heavy. Honestly, I can barely play it for as long as I just did playing a little bit of the tuba mirum. I'm not sure how you would play this in real life. Maybe like tie a string onto it with a counterweight or something, because I can't do it. But really cool instrument, really cool to get an idea of what is used still in German orchestras and a couple American orchestras. A German trombone, just to give you guys an idea of what happens elsewhere. See you guys next time.